Diesel fuel injector atomizes and delivers the fuel directly into the combustion chamber for initiating the ignition in a diesel engine. Some symptoms when it fails are: the first symptom when you have a failing diesel injector is knocking noise from the engine. This happens when the injector cannot atomize the fuel properly and the fuel is delivered in bulk. Some of the fuel gets burnt off and some burns just after the combustion stroke. This causes a knocking noise from the engine. The sound can be heard loudly when accelerating lightly or idling on straight roads. The second sign of a bad diesel injector is engine shaking. This happens when the injector fails to deliver fuel or delivers fuel in excess. Both cases, the ignition properties get affected and the engine starts to shake. The third symptom associated with bad fuel injector is heavy black smoke from the exhaust. As said earlier, a malfunctioning injector can deliver the fuel in excess or even deliver fuel without atomizing. Both these cases can cause partial ignition. The unburned fuel escapes the exhaust as smoke. You may see white or black smoke depending on the amount of unburned fuel. As the excess unburned fuel comes out, you may experience a pungent fuel smell around the car. This might be mostly seen at morning starts, especially when the engine is cold. Moving on, you can see your fuel economy has gone down with a bad diesel injector, and this can be categorized as symptom number 4. As said before, when the excess fuel escapes the engine without proper combustion, you may need to fuel up more often than before. The fifth sign of a bad diesel injector will be reduced power output from your engine. As mentioned before, bad injectors can deliver less fuel or excess fuel. Both ways, you can experience a decrease in performance from the engine. The sixth symptom of bad injector is delayed starting periods of the engine. Here, you may not see the before said symptoms. The engine may work fine after firing up, but you need longer cranking time to fire up the engine. This happens when the internal parts of the injector wear out, causing too much clearance between the components. The pressurized fuel can leak through the injector leak-off port, so the high-pressure pump needs to work extra to reach the minimum fuel pressure to fire up the engine. There are other reasons for the same. Be sure to diagnose properly. Lastly, with a bad diesel injector, you may see check engine light on the dashboard. This happens when the injector has severe damage. Modern injectors are electronically actuated and calibrated precisely. Any change in fuel delivery or actuation performance is recognized by the ECM and warns the driver by a malfunction light in the dashboard.